God's creation often whittled themselves down to make a message for her father. But in this, wouldn't anyone read meaning? The red flash, the answering thrum. "You know, it was your mother who named them," Samuel said, as if speaking about a person who'd stepped into another room. Caroline tried again to turn her 4-year-old head, to leave off staring at the bird and catch sight of her mother's face. "You never told me," she said. "I must have. Well, when we first saw them, a group of us out walking in the afternoon, just happening upon them in the fields, you can't imagine, she said they put her in mind of hearts, scooped right out of chests. Disembodied, trilling hearts," she said. The bird's shape was wrong for this description, but its feel was right. The trilling heart looked like something safer left hidden. "Do you think David will be here in time to see?" Samuel said. As always, David's name sounded louder than the rest of the words. "And I must tell Hawkins. I'll write him today. Hawkins will know if there have been others spotted. He's told me nothing grows or flies or runs in Massachusetts without his permission." Caroline hadn't seen George Hawkins or any of the Birch Hill men in years, but she could picture the set of his mouth in delivering this not-quite jest. He was a physician, only an amateur naturalist, but the sort of man who never considered himself an amateur at anything. They all were. The bird raised its head again. Its black eye had the sightless sheen of a drop of oil. It tossed some bit of bark or insect back and swallowed it down, muscular throat squeezing. "I ought to send a drawing with the letter. Caroline, would you? You have a fine hand." She breathed in on the swell of pride that came when her father praised her, and stared at the bird to memorize it, so that in the drawing itself she might earn that praise again. She noted the shape of the head, the shining, sharp-looking lines of the wings, the beak like a long, cruel tooth, the sweep of the tail feathers, that red, improbable shade. The bird flew away before David arrived, so they went back inside to wait. Samuel wrote, and Caroline drew. "I wonder what's keeping him," Samuel said. But this was David he was talking about, his last disciple and unexpected hope. He didn't say more. In the confluence of Caroline's two projects, the drawing and the waiting, a strange suggestion was taking hold. Only one bird, she reminded herself. Still, she tried to capture the line of the bird's beak and thought, perhaps. She shaded its eye and thought, perhaps. Considering slowed her hand. Her trilling heart had only the basic outline of a back and head by the time her father hurried to meet David at the front door. From 2 rooms away, Caroline heard them clearly. The founders of the Birch Hill Consociation had tried to plug the drafts of this 100-year-old farmhouse when they'd bought it, but they were men with a greater affinity for ideas than for planks. "Astonishing," her father was saying. "I never thought I'd see them again, not on this earth. I'd forgotten their look. Such a red." "I wish I'd seen," David said, and Caroline wished for a basketful of trilling hearts that she might carry to him pinned against the shelf of her hip bone. Caroline must have nearly finished sketching by now. Before the door opened and they were upon her, she just had time to cover the page. "Caroline," her father said, flushed and smiling. "Not yet." David inclined his head, but her father went on. "Surely you've caught at least some part of the essence, enough to give David an idea." No two men in all the world to whom she would have been...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.